What's up, all you lovely internet movie fans, and welcome back. I have a bunch of news to discuss in the world of movies, TVs, and film, from F1, an absolutely brilliant movie that I loved, Lilo and Stitch just killing it at the box office, How to Train Your Dragon dominating, a final trailer for Fantastic Four, Bernthal the Punisher is in Spider-Man Brand New Day next year, and we have our director for Bond, and we kind of know now who their top candidates and really want to take their story overall. That's what we have today. Let's dive into and discuss everything. Let's start off first with Steven Spielberg, the greatest director of all times in most people's eyes. Like the guy who's helmed Indiana Jones, the Jurassic Park franchise, Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan, Ready Player One. Like his filmography is insane. He's highly regarded from a lot of people as he's the GOAT, the greatest of all time, undisputed. There's no argument. Well, if you didn't know, he has a UFO film coming out next year, I believe, and it's a great cast if you look at it. Emily Blunt, Coleman Domingo, Colin Firth, Wyatt Russell. Like, it's a great cast, and there's a whole slew of other people. Well, his UFO film has wrapped, apparently, and it's done. And I am very intrigued with what this movie is, because it's a whole mystery in terms of what this movie could be, what it's about, where it's going. We have all these different rumors of what's. All we know is it's a UFO film, and that's the cast. So that's what we have going into it. I'm excited for this. Like, what Spielberg represents and what he's done for films is just unbelievable. It's just like top notch, no argument there. And when he's coming out and he's doing this, and the cast that he's laid out makes me very excited and intrigued for what this movie could be and what it's going to go and a story that it's going to tell and the overall everything. So get excited for that. Whenever we have more news about that, when there's a trailer, if there's footage, be on the lookout for any of that stuff, because this movie, I have absolute faith it's going to be magnificent, and I cannot wait for it. It's going to be a blockbuster, whatever it does and whenever it comes out. So let's pivot and now talk about Lilo and Stitch, the live-action remake to the original animated movie. That I know a lot of people don't like these types of movies. They don't like the live-action remakes of animated films. I think it's just low totem pole, easy to do kind of stuff, and it's not. And people show up for these, whether you like it or not. People show up for these live-action remakes of movies for the most part. Now there are exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, people show up, and it's families, it's individuals, it's couples, it's young, it's old, it's large groups. They enjoy them, and box office really shows that with Lilo and Stitch. Over $900 million of the global box office. Insane, killing it. It's getting a sequel, whether you like it or not. That is going to happen. Now, whether we get introduced to 627, 625, like I'm curious to where they go overall with the story, but I'm happy about that. I love seeing movies succeed at the box office no matter what it is, and this is a fun, very good movie. I have no attachment to the original Lilo and Stitch. I don't really care for it one way or another. So this live action one I thought was good, well done. Overall, looked great. Stitch was standing, and the marketing and promotional stuff has killed it. And the box office numbers show, and especially too now with How to Train Your Dragon. The first 2 weeks How to Train Your Dragon has been out. It's been number one in the box office with new movies coming out too. It's beat them. So I think that it'll probably be dethroned this week with F1 probably projected to do 140 to 160 globally. We'll see what the domestic number comes in at, but I have a feeling it's going to beat How to Train Your Dragon. But still, it's going to be in the top 3 or 4. People show up for these movies. It's going to get a sequel in terms of How to Train Your Dragon 2. I have not seen the animated version of it all. I've heard they're all brilliant and excellent, and it shows in this new one, the live action one. It's brilliant. It's excellent. It's beautifully shot. The sound, the look, everything. It looks gorgeous. It's great. Toothless is outstanding to look at. I know what he looks like in the animated movie, even though I haven't seen it. It's a one-for-one shot. Like, it looks great. And it's getting a sequel. I'm excited about that too. So people like these movies as the overall message. They show up for them, and they kill at the box office. They help other smaller movies with these large numbers that they make. That's a good thing overall. Whether you feel or like it or not, it's irrelevant. If you don't like it, that's fine. But I feel like if you like the animated movies, you should want to see the live action ones too, to see how it's done. And your critique shouldn't be it wasn't the same, but it's like, oh, it's cool they did that. They switched that up a little bit. It's a cool it's overall, but it's a good thing. But again, all movies are subjective in the end, but it's just cool to see a movie making this much money. It's going to rival Minecraft movie for that top spot of the year so far. I don't think it will hit $1 billion, but who knows? I would be happy if it does. I mean, that's good for all movies. We shall see. But let me know that. We will see if How to Train Your Dragon, where it comes in at the global box office and the domestic one this weekend. Very curious about that. So let's dive into and discuss F1 briefly, a movie that I absolutely love. Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, and I thought it was Rebecca Ferguson for the longest time in this movie. No, it's Carrie Condon. But F1 stars Brad Pitt, who plays Sonny Hayes, a former Formula One driver. Now he's recruited by his friend Javier Bardem to join his team, which is just absolutely just sucks. Last place in F1, and Brad Pitt is brought in as a bit of a wild card. The movie, all of it unfolds. He drives, there's crashes, it's great storytelling, there's some drama at times, it's very cool like shots. It sounds great. It's just brilliantly sounding in a theater, and it's a good movie. It's a thumbs up. Highly recommend watching it. I definitely would go see that over something like Megan, which I just did not like at all. Megan 2, just gross. Thumbs down of a movie. Not a big fan at all. But F1, I think it's going to have a big weekend overall. Like I said, 140 to 160 is what it's kind of projected to do globally. I will be very intrigued if it does come in at number one at the box office too. And I think this movie could have legs. I think it's going to do massive overseas, especially because that's where F1 is really growing. It's huge. It's racing. It's big. And some actual F1 drivers are in it, from Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton. I don't know the other guy, Leclerc. I don't know F1 really, but this movie, it accomplished its job. It had me intrigued. I liked it. I would definitely see it again, and it got me interested. I would see an F1 race. So I cannot recommend F1 enough. It's a thumbs up. Go see it in theaters now and watch it. And Brad Pitt is awesome in this movie. So let's dive in now and discuss The Punisher. Jon Bernthal, he's joining the cast of Spider-Man Brand New Day, a movie that's supposed to come out next year. I have my doubts on if that will happen because it hasn't even started filming yet, and it's a year away from now. Probably going to be pushed. And keep in mind, Spider-Man Brand New Day was supposed to come out between Doomsday and Secret Wars. Now, I know it's a Sony production, but they kind of work in contrast with Marvel, and Marvel loans them certain characters to use in that film as well. I think it will be pushed, and we'll see if it's more of a multiverse story or it's more grounded. The Punisher makes you think it'll be kind of a more grounded sense, but who knows? Like, this movie could take place on Battleworld for all I know, and like the results of what happens in Doomsday affect how Spider-Man is filmed and what's going to be doing and where they're going to go with the story. So we shall see. But I love adding Bernthal. Just think, anytime you can add top tier talent to a movie, that's a good thing. That's what Bernthal represents. He's great, and the Punisher character he loves, and the Punisher brings ferocity, that aggression, the violence, and he clashes, and he's the complete opposite of what Tom Holland's Spider-Man is. Like, very different characters overall, but they are very good friends outside of movies. Like, they have helped each other read lines. They're both filming now too on the Odyssey. So I wonder if it was like Holland's like, hey, I'm doing this. I think it'd be a great addition. Bernthal loved it and accepted it. So I'm curious to see where the story's going to go. We know Sadie Sink is going to be in this movie as well, whether she's a multiversal character, whether she's like a black cat in the universe. I'm very curious as that as well. But I'm excited for this movie overall. I love Spider-Man. The last edition and No Way Home was absolutely brilliant. Don't care what anyone else on the internet says. The movie was great. So adding the Punisher into this movie, just very curious to see. And don't forget, we have Bruce Banner's Hulk in this movie as well. So that story, I don't know what's going to happen. I am so excited for it, though, and cannot wait to watch that. Let's now pivot into our final topic of the day. James Bond, the Bond franchise. They have their new director for their movies. We know who the director is going to be for the next edition of the franchise and where it's going to go in that iteration. It's Denis Villeneuve. I don't know, but a top three, probably top two director in all of TV and film and movies right now. Like, Denny knows what he is doing. Think, he's directed Dune 1, Dune Part 2, which is an absolutely brilliant masterpiece of a movie. He's done Arrival, Prisoners, Blade Runner 2049. Like, this guy knows his shit and is outstanding. So I am so excited for this movie. I am so excited when we actually learn more about it. They're working on the script actively right now, and they've already said in an article that came out. I'll discuss who they talk about playing Bond in just a second, but they will not cast Bond until the script is written and complete, because they want to cast according to where the script goes and story that they're telling. But we do have information from Amazon per Variety. They're looking for an actor in their 30s or younger, preferably younger than 30, and their top three choices or frontrunners right now are Tom Holland, Jacob Elordi, Harris Dickinson. Now, I'm conflicted and I have two minds of this. One, I like the direction of doing something different. They've always done a much more like kind of seasoned mid-30s into his early 40s of Bond. But taking it in a new direction now with a much more younger character, I could be down for it depending on what the script actually does and how they kind of tell the story. I prefer, honestly, I think Bond is in a sweet spot. Whoop. well, let's have a camera adjustment right now. That's kind of interesting that it happened. But I prefer Bond in his mid to early 30s. Like, it makes the most sense, I think, in that perspective. But these actors, I hear those names, I don't get excited about them. I think when you tell people it could be Reggie Jean Page, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, Aaron Pierre, Henry Cavill, Aaron Taylor Johnson, people get excited about those names. But when they hear the names like Holland, Elordi, Harris Dickinson, which Harris Dickinson was in that god awful Baby Girl movie, I cannot get over that. It's just gonna be stuck in my craw forever. I I don't know how I feel about that. I just don't know if I see them as Bond. They all be very different interpretations of the character, which is fine, but it would be a drastic change and difference. So very curious to see how that overall would work out. But I could be down for it. Like I said, you have a great director already that we know. You have a great film in terms of the script of what it could be. So that gets me excited. I'm overall very excited for this movie to come out. When it does, we hear more about it. But let me know what you guys think. And I will see you guys at the movies next time.